me find the tweet. Let me tweet the video. Oh, yeah. Twitter. Yes. Retweeted from my account. Love the new graphic, yo. Alright. Shout out my man Dom, you feel me? Over at TKW. He made the graphic. Thanks to you for loving it. Yes, very cool, very fun. Excited about it. Alright, let's let everybody get in here. Had a tripod issue, so bear with the camera angle. All right, let's get it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Postgame Pouting with I Hate Sean. This is Postgame Pouting. I'm I Hate Sean, and the Knicks took a really, really tough loss tonight, 114-112 against the Brooklyn Nets. It's a very different tone from the previous loss against the Nets. Like last time we lost against the Nets, we were in the post-game show, and even though it was post-game pouting, you know, we were saying we felt prosperous because we loved the way the team fought and the refs robbed us and blah, blah, blah and all that. None of that today. This is post-game pouting, and it's like a strong pout, and I'm actually really upset. Like, there's no moral victories. There's nothing redeeming about this loss at all. This is a horrible loss. This is right up there next to the Minnesota loss, in my opinion. I think this is almost equally as bad. I said at halftime on Halftime Hopefuls that to lose that game after being up 10 and having James Harden not coming back into the game, to fail to close that game out would be a huge failure. A huge failure, a huge break in momentum, all of that. This is a terrible loss. There was absolutely no reason for us to lose this game, and it's very upsetting. It's one of those losses I won't get over for the rest of the season. What happened in the third quarter was despicable. I don't think that we had a one-and-done possession defensively. I mean, of course we probably did. That's just a hyperbolic statement. But it didn't feel like we had a one-and-done possession defensively in the entire second half. It felt like they got offensive rebounds on every single possession. In pregame prayers, I say every single time, one of the main keys, we have to box out. We're too good of a defensive team not to finish our work defensively. Not boxing out and allowing second chances is how you let bad teams beat you and how you make your job harder against good teams. Today was a mix of the both. The Nets are a good team, but they didn't have a large part of what makes them such a great team. But at the end of the day, they're still a good team, but we should have beaten that team. There's no reason for it. If we simply box out, we win that game. And that in itself is very frustrating. Also, don't understand, if you can't see it here, why not RJ? I don't get that. Like, there was a point where we were down 6 or whatever, and RJ started, he hit a 3, he got to the rack, he got fouled, like, he hit the fadeaway. Like, why did we stop going to him? I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That is like, I don't think that takes a high, you know, like, that doesn't take some extreme level of basketball acumen. Like, if a guy's hot, if a guy's getting shots, and especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter, if a guy's making things happen for you offensively, you should keep looking to get him opportunities. I feel like after RJ kind of took the game over a little bit, or at least he was carrying us offensively for a stretch, a very vital stretch in that fourth quarter, and we stopped going to him. I feel like we froze him out from there, and I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. I don't get it. Now we're going and looking for offense from guys when we had a guy who was rolling. I think that hurts the team. I think that hurts RJ. Like, I mean, and not in a way that it'll go backwards, but I just feel like, even after what was said in the media, he said himself today, he can't wait till he gets the opportunity to get another, like, game winner or whatever. And not that I'm not saying you had to give him the game winner and, like, not give it to Julius, but just down the stretch, like, he was making big buckets. Continue to put him in the position to make big buckets. I don't understand. That seems like very cut and dry. That seems really simple. That doesn't make any sense to me. Going away from the guy who was creating offense for you consistently in a stretch where we really needed it, and the game almost slipped away until RJ started stepping up. So I don't get that. Between that and just not boxing out, bro, you have to box out. You are not going to beat a team if you don't, like, come on, bro. What was dude's name? Alizé something. Alizé, bro? That's alcohol. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. There was no reason, bro. Alizé Williams, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but, like, bro, there's no reason that guy should be the reason that we lost the game today and we're now back under 500. That's really, really upsetting. Like, that's really frustrating, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I'm ranting and rambling. Let's get to the comments. What do y'all have? I'm sick, bro. Dario says, sick to my stomach. I agree, bro, fully. I'm sick. This is ridiculous. This was a win, bro. We were supposed to win this game. Love the new graphics. Salute. Once again, shout out Dominic Alcantara. You feel me? That's my guy. TKW gang, really making things happen. So, like, gonna be some improvements. You feel me? Subscribe, hit the like button, all those good things that help with algorithms and YouTube and the internet and other things I learned when I watched The Social Dilemma. Julius is not clutch. Let's not do that. I don't like that. Don't be reactionary, fans. Julius has made some really big buckets at really big times for us this year. He had a triple-double. Stop it. We're not doing that. 3 things, though. Kyrie, rebounds, turnovers killed us. Kyrie, listen, he had 40. First of all, Elfrid Payton got in the game down the stretch, and I was like, why do we put him back in the game? I still wonder why we put him back in the game, honestly. But he did have 2 really big drives to the basket, and those we really needed those. Those were big buckets, so I'm not knocking him in that way. Excuse me. I don't understand why he told the help to go away. I said it earlier in the game because he made a jumper, but then he came down and had 2 wild. He tried to shoot the floater and got it stuffed back in his face. And I was just like, he never lets me be nice to him for long. And I try not to nitpick, but it's just like, I feel like he does one good thing and he starts to feel like he's proving all his doubters wrong and he's going to keep doing it. And, like, that's what happened. He made the bucket. On the other end, he got real confident. And he told the help to go away on Kyrie Irving, who had 37 points. And look what happened when we started doubling Kyrie. When we doubled Kyrie, we did it really well. We rotated really well. But it's just like he sent the help away on a guy that had 30. Like, Kyrie was cooking, bro. It's the 4th quarter. No, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what's your pride, whatever. Nothing you've shown us tonight it tells me that I can stay away now and let you guard Kyrie by yourself. Like, he sent the help away, and then Kyrie literally, like, sir, are you crazy? He didn't even really get a hand up. That's frustrating. I mean, that's not the reason the game was lost or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. Just pointing out things that happened during the game. But yeah, I would have liked to see Frank. Like, what does situational mean? What does it mean? I don't know. I feel like tonight was a night. I mean, if James Harden is out, there's no Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving is absolutely cooking you. Try that really, 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 really lengthy, rangy defensive guard you have on the bench, who you get a little frustrated with offensively sometimes, but the defense out, like, not to say that Frank would have shut Kyrie down, but I think that 40 is a little bit different if Frank is out there for some of those minutes. That's something you can try. Even in the 4th down the stretch, I don't like that point when he subbed Elfrid back in. I was just like, why? Like, what is he being subbed in for? They went under a couple screens. They were doubling on Julius more. Like I said, he got 2 big buckets. Can't take that away from him. Won't attempt to. Thank you for those. But it's just like the decision to sub him back into the game was just like strange. I feel like by the time you're doing that, you can sub in Frank and then do the best that you can on Kyrie Irving for the last 5 minutes of this basketball game because you know that's where the offense is going to be generated from. Also, Jeff Green again, 23 points and 9 for 13 from the free throw line, which I think is nasty. I don't know how Jeff Green got to the line that much. I don't care what was being called. There's no way Jeff Green should get to the line that much. There's no way. I don't understand. RJ, never mind. There's a lot of calls that we don't get. Landa said, I'm just tired of Randall playing hero. He's amazing, but he's missed more than he's made in the clutch. I mean, like, listen, man, like, he got a good look. And he got a good look. It didn't go down. He's made some huge plays for us. I'm not going to pretend he didn't because he missed the shot today. Like, Randall's made huge plays for us. Randall had a triple-double. I would have liked, I would have liked RJ to get the ball more before that, before we got to that point. But hey. Jamal says, sadness and pain. This should have been the last play. Double screen from Burks and Randall to free RJ up. RJ gets it on the left elbow with 3.7 left. If he's doubled, IQ is wide open in the corner. Those are the kind of things we'd like to see. I don't really like this whole, get an ISO. And, I mean, it is what it is. I think that's more the issue. Rather than saying Randall's not clutch, we're not getting good action. We're not getting good actions in crunch time plays. I feel like there could be a bit more creativity offensively in those scenarios rather than just, one-on-one and hope we get it. I think we can set some things up, kind of what Jamal just said, like to the tune of that, like a double screen, options off of those. Like, there's no option to what we did. Like, inbound the ball, option 1, Randall go. Option 2, Randall go. Like, I think that we can do a little bit better than that. Like, what are we calling? Like, the timeout is for what exactly? You call the timeout and you go in there and you say, all right, ISO. Not killing it because, once again, we got a good look. So I don't want to be that guy. We did get a good look. It just didn't fall. It happens. Not all shots fall. Like, it's basketball. It happens. But we shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. That's what I'm livid about. There's no reason that this game should have gotten there. It's really upsetting. This is a disgusting loss. A disgusting loss. Mega Man says, what do we have to do to have an even playing field? It always feels like calls go against the Knicks. The rebounding and turnovers were awful too. Randall wasn't the hot hand. RJ or Burke should. I'm not really complaining too much about the rest tonight. I mean, there were a couple things that they screwed up. But there were also a couple possessions where I thought they could have called a foul on us. I'm not gonna lie. So, like, when I see that happening, I don't really complain as much. You cannot give up as many offensive rebounds as we did and win a game. Not when Kyrie Irving has 40 points. No. Too many opportunities. Most of their points in the fourth quarter were off second chances. We did well enough to get stops. And that's the most frustrating and saddening part. We got the stops. We just didn't finish the work. And for that, we got nothing out of it. Even when we made the challenge, I wasn't even too sure about the challenge because I was like, all right, you blocked the shot. If they call a foul, then he gets 2 shots. If they overturn it, I didn't realize it was going to be a jump ball. That changed it a little bit for me. But it was just like, they overturn it, they get it back, and they still score. That sucks. And what happened? They got an and 1. So, and that was off a second, so it's just like, we got to do better than that, bro. We got to do better than that. It's really frustrating, and it's hurting us in a lot of games. We're not rebound. We miss Mitch a lot, but, like, guys have to box out, man. Like, yeah, we miss Mitch, but guys got to box out. That's despicable. Timothy Luabe Carabo is very small. Randall was going to fold him if it really came to it, and he was telling him, he's like, you're too small, bro. But, like, he got that last rebound. That's not a matter of, like, oh, we don't have Mitch. Like, no, bro, box out. He's like, Timothy Luau Carabo, probably, man, that name is killing me. I'm sorry. Timothy Luau Cabarro. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he probably weighs as much as I do. And I got on the scale and I was like 180 today, which is weird because I was 190 last week. But whatever. He's not a big, he's not a huge guy. He's not some, rebounding extraordinary. Like, put a body on somebody and I don't know, bro. Like, if even to the very last possession, if we box out, we that's our ball and it's our shot. I think we had a timeout too. We did have a timeout. You get that rebound, you get a timeout. Now you get a shot to win the game. That's what we earned. That's what we deserved. We were doubling to get the ball out of Kyrie's hands. We made the right plays. We made the right rotations. Did all that work. And for what? This loss hurts, man. This loss hurts more than most losses this season. This is close to that Minnesota one for me. Close to that Minnesota. The Minnesota loss was awful, but this one was like, okay, we have to win this game, especially because of the week we had last week. We had to win this game, bro. There's no way at halftime you have a 10-point lead and James Harden is not coming back and you don't pull that win out. There's no way. Oh, Jamal said we need to rebound and not go into ISO ball. That's it. ISO ball was killing us down the stretch, man. We had no continuity at all. And we weren't getting good looks. I don't know what happened. I really don't. For a while, we just stopped running offense. It was crazy. And like I said, I don't understand why we didn't get the ball to RJ. Like, RJ was killing. He was carrying us. I really don't know why we started freezing him out. I hate that, bro. I wish that we could see, okay, you know, this guy's got it going right now. Let's go through him. Like, especially RJ, especially when he's on as a 3-level scorer. Why not go through him? Like, I don't understand. Get him some opportunities. Get him some looks. And then he gets into his playmaking bag. Like, he had some turnovers today in the early quarters, but down the stretch, he was big for us, man. Like, I don't understand. I don't get why you stop going to the guy who is excelling. That makes no sense to me. Mega Man says, have took the last shot. RJ or Burke should have took the last shot. I see. That Burke shot was crazy, and it sucks that it's like, you know, it's in the air now. It's like it means nothing, honestly. Unfortunately. Boom, boom, boom. Leo says, don't understand how that last play isn't a drawn up 3 for IQ or Burks. Like I said, I don't think it was a drawn up anything. A lot of those plays just end up being ISOs for us, and I mean, we get pretty good looks, so I can't really kill that. But at some point, we might have to try something else and see something like I'd like to see a play with a couple, like with 4 seconds on the 3.7, whatever, and a 2-point game. I would like to see a play that's like, okay, you know, here's option 1. We're going to attack here. If they play this way, we're looking for this. Or if they play this that way, we're looking for that. Those are the 3. You need a couple options when it's the last play of the game. Like, the stakes are high, bro. Another kid in New York says, here to join the pouting. Welcome. We here. We sad. TT Kaka says, offensive rebounds killed us. Absolutely killed us, bro. We did not box out. I really feel like they got extra possessions on every single possession of the second half. I know that's hyperbolic, but that's really how it felt. We couldn't get a rebound to save our lives. Chef NYK says that last play was horrible. Could have got a better shot. Yeah, like I said, it's just ISO. It wasn't anything. It was a good look, but I would like for us to run something at some point. That last play call sucked. Julius was hurt. Yeah, I hope that he gets right too, man. That's gotta get fixed. That's gotta get taken care of. Another triple double for him tonight. That's huge. It's unfortunate that all that shit doesn't matter to me. All that. RJ had a great game. You know, that big Burke shot, Randall triple double. Yeah, it's cool, but like we should not have lost this game, bro. This is gross. This is a disgusting loss, honestly. This is a disgusting loss, and it's gonna hurt for the rest of the season, just like the last week's losses. This is one of those losses that make you have to see Brooklyn in the first round with all 3 players. Like, it's just a bad loss. Let's see. Didi said, we are just fully incapable of playing 4 quarters of consistent basketball. It makes no sense, man. It makes absolutely no sense. That third quarter collapse was disgusting. I really have no idea what was going on. We stopped running offense. We didn't box out anything. Alize Williams or whatever, Rose, I don't know. He was killing us on the offensive glass. It was disgusting. Like, I don't know. I really don't understand how we let Cristal do that. Mike in the building, TKW. I'm not even mad anymore, just sad. Sad, Mike, sad. Last week I was mad, I was angry, I was yelling and shit. This week I'm just sad. Like, that was like, come on. I was sitting there like, okay, we're up 10 at halftime. James Harden is out. They showed the next 3 games. We had Boston, Memphis, and Toronto. I was like, yo, this could be a nice little bounce back. We can ride this momentum into a 5-game win streak. And that would really make up for losing 3 straight and dropping the Minnesota game last week. It would make it feel a little better. And what happens? We blow it because we can't box out, bro. Like, that's the thing. It's not even like, oh, everybody got hot. Like I said from pregame, I was like, yo, Kyrie's going to get his. Said it at halftime, especially once James Harden was there. It's like, yo, Kyrie's going to get his. It's okay as long as we're able to keep everybody else. Which the success we double Kyrie with, I really don't see why we didn't do it more often. And I really, once again, brings me back to why did Elfrid Payton call off the help? Why did we allow Elfrid Payton to call off the help? We should have been doubling Kyrie Irving. He was killing us. Why didn't we try Frank Ntilikina on Kyrie? Whatever. Kyrie got his. Kyrie was going to get his. He was hitting incredible shots all night. It was just like, yo, some of these were like, yo, how does this even happen? How did he finish this angle, whatever it is? He was on fire. He was great. He was amazing. He was excellent. He is Kyrie Irving. But, like, Jeff Green, Alizé Williams, whatever, like, that can't happen. You gotta box out because Kyrie is dropping 40 tonight and he's on fire. Whenever we get stops, we gotta make the stops count. Like, you can't get a stop and then let it result in a Brett Brown bucket. Like, that's disgusting. Terrence E says, "I'm sick. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm so with you." Leo said that third quarter was brutal. We couldn't get anything from Rose in the second half, and IQ has been completely frozen off the court. Yeah, I don't know what happened with IQ tonight. He didn't have like good looks tonight. And then I feel like he didn't get a lot of minutes because of that. But I mean, he wasn't great when he was out there. I don't like the way that MSG, like Clyde and Brian, I don't know if it's part of the Elfrid propaganda or whatever. Just the rose-colored glasses they see Elfrid through, and like the I don't know, the shit stained glasses they see IQ through is crazy. Like, they were trying to paint him out to be a defensive liability, and I didn't like it. It was after. He switched on to Joe Harris off a screen, and Joe had a bit of a step, but he recovered well. And then, Joe is bigger than him, and so Joe put up a shot over him, through him pretty much, and it went in. And it was like, okay, cool. Like, he is small, I get it. But then they were like, oh yeah, he goes for steals and he's out of position. He has to learn the rules of NBA defense, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, that's not true, really. Like, if he may be small, yes, he's small. Okay, that's not news. But him being small doesn't make him a bad defender. One, does he get taken advantage of for his size sometimes? That does happen. But to act like he's a defensive liability and he's not... IQ is almost always in position defensively. He rarely takes a play off. He'll miss an assignment from here to there, but for the most part, he's in great position. He plays the passing lanes really well. He's one of the few people who boxes out well, even on bigs. So I'm not really sure. I feel like it's lazy to do that. Like, it's easy to say the rookie needs to do this, but it's just like, that's nasty. And then that comes to the timeline with the people who try to back up their, the other guy truthers. I'm not even getting into that all that tonight. Keith says, tough loss, but also a bad loss. Horrible loss, Keith. Horrible loss. Awful loss. Awful loss. Really hurts. Dario, second chance points, 2-26. How do you win a basketball game like that? I feel like we can end the show there. How do you win a basketball game like that? Second chance points, 2-26. A 24-point difference in second chance points. There's no way. You're not helping yourself win basketball games that way. We have to box out. And it wasn't even a matter of like being oversized or outmatched. We were just getting out-hustled. We were getting out-hustled, out-muscled. It was crazy. Box out, bro. Prioritize it. Finish the possessions. We play way too good defensively. They put up 114 points tonight. 26 of them were second chance points. That's a lot of offense coming from second chance points, bro. Unbelievable. And we got 2. We also missed Mitch there, too. Like, it's hard to win a basketball game like that, man. That stat is loud. TT Kaka said, Burks, Bullock, or Barrett should have taken the last shot. Again, nothing we can do about that last shot, man. I would like to see some more creativity on those possessions, though. Or I'm going to start getting a little bit louder about the fact that we're not really seeing much creativity on those possessions. Leo said that is gross. Yeah, that second chance points 2-26 is absolutely disgusting. Another brutal third quarter team loss. this loss is just awful, man. This one hurts. This one really, really hurts. I don't even know. I'm like at a loss for words almost. This is painful. Jamal said, we need to start doing things that other teams won't expect. Other teams fully expect Julius to get that game-winning shot attempt. Give it to RJ, who was on fire, IQ, who was clutch, or Burks, who hit the three. Yeah, I mean, Burks hit that three. I would have probably given Burks the... Honestly, when Burks took the three, I was like, okay, so the plan was to bring Burks straight off the bench and run an ISO with him with the game on the line. Like, the guy who wasn't in the game at all, he was going to run an ISO for him. But then he knocked down the three, and I was like, oh, my goodness, that was huge. So, yeah, I probably would have given it back to him. RJ, I'm not even mad about RJ not getting that possession. Like I said, I'm mad about RJ not getting one of any of the many possessions before that after being on fire and really carrying us through that stretch. I don't know how you don't go back to him. I don't get that. I don't get it. Why not RJ? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, we could have given him the ball on many other occasions, and we could have looked for him. We could have allowed him to create. He was really in his bag, and we didn't look to get him the ball. We kind of froze him out a little bit, and that's really frustrating. For like the last 3 to 4 minutes, it feels, or 2 to 3 minutes, however long. Wherever the last time the RJ score was, where that fadeaway he made on the baseline, I think that was his last bucket. He didn't get the ball again after that. Like, he was not really seeing the ball, and I don't understand. You should be trying to set him up. You should be trying to run have him with the high screen or have him get that screen from the elbow, whatever. Like, I don't understand, bro. I don't get why we didn't do that. Eric says, also, I'm sorry, but Tibbs' rotations suck. By the end of the third quarter, Randall was gassed, waited too long to put the bench in. They got all the rebounds. So frustrating. Yeah, he waits too long to put the bench in quite frequently. I thought especially in the second half. I mean, we didn't get a lot from Rose in the second half anyway, but I thought he left Elf out there for quite some time, considering that we weren't getting much from Elf, one, and that Rose gave us so much in the first half. I feel like Rose shouldn't have waited that long to come back into the game in the second half, and I also feel like that may have contributed to him not giving us as much in the second half, but we can't necessarily hold the coach responsible for that. But yeah, I don't know. Randall was gassed at a point, and it was hurting us a bit. We were really lazy in transition defensively. I feel like they got comfortable with the lead. They got, they knew that James Harden wasn't coming back. And then they just got comfortable. And then the game slipped away from them right before their eyes. And before we could adjust, we were down one going into the fourth. And we never kicked it up with the rebounds. We didn't run offense very well down the stretch. This is just a sickening loss, bro. This is painful. This is really painful. Boom. Let me see. Oh man, there's a good amount of comments. My MacBook is dying a little bit, so I'm gonna start kind of speeding through these a little bit. Also, the refs weren't awful today, but they missed a clear loose ball foul on the last offensive rebound attempt. Bruce Brown fully shoved Julius out of bounds. Yeah, the refs weren't awful, but they could have been better. But like I said, there were some calls on the other end too where I felt like, oh wow, they didn't call that. Cool, I'll take it. So I can't really complain too much. Wayne NYC says Burks or RJ would have had a better chance. Randall was off. Randall was pretty off down the stretch. I would have probably but I get it. You give it to your number one option. It is what it is. He got a good look. I can't really call it. Can't call it too much. Keith said Tibbs got his mind made up with not letting the shot go to RJ. Same reason why we keep seeing Payton down the stretch, even though Elf was solid today. Elf was solid in that stretch. The 2 buckets down the stretch. That was cool. Obi doesn't play enough, said TT Kaka. I agree. Obi, and he looks more comfortable. He needs to start getting more minutes. I don't understand, especially on a night where, Noel and Julius were both in foul trouble. Maybe, I don't know. He protected the rim well on the one play from the weak side. I don't know what it's going to take to get his minutes increased, especially now that Mitch is out. You would think that we could try to get him a little bit more as you see him improving a bit more and looking more comfortable, but it's not happening. I'm not really understanding. RG, Mega Man says, RG was 7 for 13 with 4 for 6 from 3. Don't know what else we need to see. Give RJ that shot. Okay, RJ. Yeah, 7 for 13, 4 for 6 from 3. I just don't know how a guy 7 for 13, 4 for 6 from 3, and then he stops at 7 for 13, 4 for 6 from 3. Like, I don't understand. RJ was cooking down. Like, he was cooking. Give him the ball. He should have got, like, not even on the last shot. Like I said, he just should have gotten the ball. He should have gotten more touches. RJ shouldn't really have games where he's 7 for 13 and 4 for 6 from 3. Because if RJ is shooting well enough to be 7 for 13 and 4 for 6 from 3, I want RJ getting more shots. Like, put the ball in his hands, bro. I get that he, screwed up a little bit in the first half, had a couple bad turnovers. But in the fourth, he was looking really good. He was looking really comfortable, and he was carrying our offense for a stretch. And then we just went away from him. Makes no sense. Boom. Let's see. Jamal said, by the way, I'm fully convinced that RJ would have hit a game-winning 3 to win. No one can tell me otherwise. He was too confident and on fire. Jamal, I really wanted to see RJ get a shot. Once I realized we were going to be in that situation, I wanted to see RJ get the opportunity. But like I said, I wanted to see him with the ball way before that, leading up to that, and that would have made it easier to give him the game winner because he would have been carrying us that whole time. But hey, Keith says for the rest of the season, the playoffs, Randall will most likely be taking the last shot unless he gets caught up with a double, triple team and is forced to pass it out. I agree, Keith. Randall's going to get those looks the majority of the time. Randall's going to get those looks the majority of the time. We're going to have to, like, it is what it is. Like, he's the number one option. That's what happens. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I know I said game-winning 3 to win. I respect it. I like the energy. If RJ would have taken a game-winning 3 to win the game, I would have lost my mind. Why Jeff Green turning to prime Kareem every time he plays us? I don't understand, bro, but that's what happens when you allow a bunch of second-chance opportunities. You allow the Jeff Greens of the world to get good shots or good looks. He also was 9 for 13 from the free throw line, which I don't understand. I'm not sure how Jeff Green got to the free throw line that much. Mega Man said, I hit my hand so much on the table. My knuckles hurt. This pissed me off so much. I'm really sick to my stomach, truly. All right, speeding up a little bit. Orlando said, let's be real about our bench, too. For almost a month, they've been soft in the second half of games, besides Burks. Tonight, they got exposed against a tougher, hungrier Brooklyn bench. Should never happen. Orlando, I agree. The bench definitely in the second half did not help us out. We didn't score as well, and we definitely didn't rebound. Gave up way too many opportunities, but it wasn't just the bench. Like I said, we looked bad in transition defensively. We left the starters in a little too long in the third quarter, so that's not really on the bench either. It was just it was a bad night. This is a horrible loss. This is a painful ass loss. 8 points from our starting point guard who gave up 40. Says Knicks all day. Jamal pointed out that it was on 2 for 8 shooting. Damn, so he was 0 for 6 before he got back in the game. Like, okay, so when you look down like I said, Elfrid's 2 layups down the stretch were big, and we needed those. So I'm grateful for him. But like, I want to look into the decision making of Tibbs, because when Elfrid came back in the game, I was wondering for what. I think there were about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So it's about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This close game that has slipped away from you, even though it shouldn't have. And you look down the bench and decide you need that guy who's 0 for 6. Like, it wasn't like he was playing some kind of supreme defense on Kyrie. Honestly, if anybody played the best defense on Kyrie tonight, it was probably Derrick Rose. So I don't know what the logic was behind putting Elfrid into the game. That didn't make any sense to me. He didn't give up all 40, that's not all on him, but I mean, he was getting torched, and I mean, it's Kyrie, so it's Kyrie, but I mean, he wasn't stopping him at all. And people like to act like he's a defensive stopper or something like it. No, but we could have tried Frank, and I don't know if you look if you're gonna tell me that Elf was put back in the game to start Kyrie, I'm going to start a riot. So I want to know why he was put back in the game. I want to know why you subbed in the point guard that was sitting there 0 for 6 and hadn't really done much for you today, and shrinks the floor as we've seen in the Minnesota loss that we literally just lost last week. And they literally went under the screen as soon as he entered the game. They doubled him while they doubled Julius while he's still under the basket. But like I said, those 2 layups were big. But I'm looking into the decision that Tibbs made to enter him back into the game. And it's like you're looking at that guy. If you needed a point guard to stop Kyrie, and you had Frank there, and you put Elfrid in the game, I'm gonna start it right. Like, really, because it's out of control at this point. Like, stop it. Stop the narrative. Alfred is nowhere near the class of a defender that Frank Ntilikina is. So if you need a guy back in the game for defense, I don't understand why Alfred was inserted. I don't. I really don't. I don't understand. But hey. Keith says, Tibbs should have given Pell some run just to get some energy into the game, man. Taj was great in the first half, but he was walking a lot in the second. I don't think that I saw Taj in position for a rebound defensively in the second half at all. I think that he was out of position almost every single time, no matter who it was, no matter it was LaMarcus Aldridge, no matter it was Alizé, no matter it was Claxton. He was just getting, like, he looked bad in the second half. He looked tired. I don't know what was going on. But, yeah, we could have definitely put Pell or anybody on the floor at that point. Let's see. Levi said we need a legit first option and additional ball movers. Ball Levine. Levine's not going anywhere now that they got Vucevic, I'm sure. I would love to get Lonzo in the offseason. Julius is a pretty legit first option. He had a triple-double tonight. We just need to, Lonzo would be a great addition to this team. This loss just hurts, man. It's just really annoying. It's really frustrating. Orlando says, I'm fine with Randall, RJ, or Burks taking that shot, but that's not why we lost the game. That is not why we lost the game. We lost the game because we didn't box out at all in the second half at all. Julius is the first option. There's too much pressure on him for no reason when we have other guys. I agree with that. We also need Mitch. I can't wait to get Mitch back, man. We really missed him tonight. Torres, IQ, and Reggie, too. Keith said, wouldn't have minded doubling Kyrie the whole game in the spirit of March. Honestly, bro, we should have doubled Kyrie a lot more than we did tonight because we got pretty good results when we doubled him. Randall can, but up the same stats of a player like Levine. Can put up the same stats of a player like Levine. Probably better numbers. Levine's not coming here, bro. They just got Vooch. I doubt that's going to happen now. Mega Man said Frank is basically the only person I think Kyrie can guard Kyrie well 1v1 consistently. That is, yeah. I don't understand why we didn't see Frank down the stretch. It would have made some sense. Levi said IQ can't make a layup. Okay. Jamal said, I think Kyrie might have only dropped like 25 or 28 if Frank guards him. I agree, honestly. But hey, that's just hearsay at this point, I guess. Keith said 100% on Frank, especially early on in the game. I get that he picks up cheap fouls because of his intensity, but maybe he could have gotten into Kyrie's head a little bit, done that with Doncic before. Yeah, I just don't know what situational means at this point. I don't know. Like, if this seemed like the situation for it. Okay, Kyrie Irving is out here essentially by himself killing us. So we, try something else. I don't know. Try something, bro. With Tibbs, I just be wanting him to try something because not trying anything keeps losing us games. Eric said D-Rose didn't have it in the second half. I wasn't mad when he subbed him out. I get it, but I don't understand. I really didn't understand putting effort in the game, like I said. But once again, he made 2 layups. So, Jamal said I wouldn't have mind. Orlando said Jamal wouldn't have mind the IQ. I don't know about Reggie though. Feel like we got all we were gonna get from him tonight. Reggie was shooting the lights out, man. That was a great thing. I love the chemistry him and Randall have. Back-to-back 20-point games for Reggie. That's huge. I've been begging for that all season. So he's producing. I'm happy about it. Shout out to Reggie Bullock. It's unfortunate. That's another casualty of tonight. We don't really get to celebrate Reggie being on fire because we had a terrible loss. Alec Burks should have been given the ball. Julius Randle isn't much of a clutch player. Okay. Levi said, hopefully we get into the lottery and get lucky. Hopefully we don't make the playoffs. There's some wild shit to say in here, man. I don't know. I can't meet you there. Jamal says, I'm going to agree to disagree. Reggie has been huge for us lately, so I wouldn't have minded it. Yeah, Reggie has definitely been huge for us. Eric said the game got away in the third quarter when the starters ran out of gas and their bench made the comeback. Starters definitely ran out of gas, and it was very clear. Got to be able to... Tibbs coaches the game rotation-wise as if he's not watching it, and it's really annoying. Boom. Don't understand why Randall couldn't take advantage of Kyrie switching on him. Yeah, a couple of times I really thought he should have been able to get more out of that. Boom. Keith said, just call him TLC, man. That's hilarious. Damn, I'm way behind in the comments. I was back when I was messing up with that. But yeah, TLC is definitely a better thing to call him. I wanted to type his name out when he was about to fight Randall, but I was like, I don't know how to spell that. I feel like I did. I feel like it was like LUAWU -CABAROT. I don't know though. Randall can't have that. Randall can't have that last shot. Randall's IQ breaks down late game. That's not IQ breaking down late game. It was an ISO. He made the move. It was a good look. Let's not do all that. He's hit plenty of clutch shots for us, so yes, he can. Not in that game, though. Should have been R.J. Burks. Agreed, Jamal. Very well said. Kyrie for the win, says 57. Boy Swisher. Okay. Jamal Morris says, name one. I'm talking about last possession shots. He has none, bro. Like, if Randall is your best player, you can only win so much. Mars, these are bad opinions. We can win games. Like, we have won games. And not how many players in the league. Go tell me how many players in the league are hitting last possession shots. Like, it's not something that happens every night. This isn't a video game, bro. Like, relax. The guy had a triple-double today. Like, he was amazing. Like, and you're going to come in here and, like, I don't know. That's very weird energy. Not weird energy. I'm sorry. That was rude. Keith said, Randall is different this year, man. That really isn't the issue. Yeah, like, that's really not the issue, honestly. Like, that's the wrong conversation to be having. Mega Man said, I probably woke up my whole neighborhood on that last foul that put them up too. Bro, it made me sick, bro. It made me so sick. And it wasn't really so much of a foul call. Had we had our challenge, it may have worked out, but we gave our challenge up on that other play. But they probably still would have called the foul. It's whatever. Tonight's loss really sucks, man. This hurts. Alex said, hurts to constantly lose by fine margins. Winnable game against the best teams in the league. We just can't seem to get it done. Continues to not look good at all. Yeah, man. These are very bad margins to keep losing by. We keep coming close and, like, screwing it up in the end, and that is a reflection of coaching. Like, we got to be able to finish games down the stretch. We got to be able to close out. Good teams do, and we continue not to do so. So, like, what kind of team are we? Leo said, that's facts, and also, in my opinion, Nets team with no Harden and KD should be a must-win, especially being the next. Bro, has to be must-win. 10-point lead at halftime. You find out James Harden's not coming back. You have to win that game, bro. You can't lose that game. We can't lose that game. That was awful. Jamal said, Randall isn't the issue tonight. The last play and the rebounding was the issue. That's facts. Wendell said, we got killed on the boards. Killed, bro. Absolutely murdered on the boards. Also, wish Randall would have driven a bit more before taking that shot. But again, we shouldn't even be in that situation. Agreed. It was a good look where he got it at. But yeah, we shouldn't have been in that situation. Mega Man said, I wish my parents' cars were in the way I would go pretend like I was taking that last shot on my hoop. Yo, I'm going to go play 2K and make that shot go in. Keith said, Payton actually has the worst TPA according to @NBA Math on Twitter. Seeing that stat always pisses me off with how much minutes he's getting. All right, that is crazy. I didn't even see that. Somebody tag me in that if you can find it, but that's gross. Jamal said, all right, Sean, I'll see you for pregame on Wednesday. Let's hope we can play a full game for once. Appreciate you for doing this nightly. Appreciate you for being here nightly. Have a great one, bro. Like, you're all amazing, all of you. TT Kaka says, sending love from France, going to sleep. Damn, we global. That's crazy. My computer's about to die. We are barely in the playoff run, 8 seed. That 4 to 8 and 10 or whatever is all missed by like 2 games. We just got to get our shit together. Eric, put a thumbs up. Hey, everybody, love you guys so much. On behalf of me and the Knicks, well, my MacBook's about to die, but we got this going. Very rough night. Sucks to lose this way. Love you guys. Until next time, subscribe, hit like, tell a friend to tell a friend. It was great.